Hello, beautiful people. My name is Athol, and this is The Chain of Seduction. And in today's episode, I'm going to talk about why people rewrite the history of their relationship, where it seemed like, one day they were saying things were okay, they were fine. I'm sure it may not be fantastic, but, we're working through it. And then it's like the next day, the next week, not only are they saying the relationship is now bad, they're saying the relationship has been bad and they've been unhappy since the beginning of the relationship or the last 5 years or whatever it is. So I'm going to talk about why is there that mental switch from people talking about the relationship like it was good and then suddenly they're talking about like it's bad from the beginning. So what I want you to do is think of their relationship happiness being on a 1 to 100 scale, 1 being it's completely terrible and 100 being this is the most amazing relationship and experience I've ever been in. And to give you a little bit more context, I want you to think of 80. They're actually really happy. It's really good. There's no particular problems. Things are going really well. I want you to think of 100 being that sort of crazy, over-the-top, in-love, honeymoonish experience where you're, spending a lot of energy on the relationship. 80 is actually pretty amazing. So what I want you to do now is think of that range of being from 20 to 40 as being in the place where they don't actually really want to be in the relationship. They're not really happy at all. They're not really attracted. They don't really have much of a libido for you. They don't really have much desire to be here. They don't want to be here, but for whatever reason, they need to be in the relationship. They need to be in the relationship. Or if they get divorced, they're splitting up their life, they're wrecking their family, and a whole bunch of bad things. And when people are in that 20 to 40 range, they don't want the relationship, but they need the relationship, they come up with a lot of rationalizations and explanations to themselves and broadcasting to others about why the relationship is good, why it is a good idea to still be in the marriage, to still be in this relationship. And they can list off a bunch of things. We have the shared history, it's good for the kids, we have this shared life together, we have this history, we have all these wedding photos, we have all these good experiences, and things can always get better. And it's really this script, this PR that they're putting out in the world, not only to you as their partner, to friends and family, but also to themselves. And it's not really a lie, it's just a rationalization to keep them in the relationship and not do something stupid and blow it up. That's that 20 to 40 range. When they fall in that 0 to 20 range, not only do they still not want the relationship, in fact, they probably want the relationship a whole lot less, they're in that place where even if they need the relationship, they're really starting to just no longer care about it at all. They don't care anymore that they need the relationship because they dislike it so much. They want it so little. They are so negative about things. They don't care anymore that they need it. And when they switch from that 20 to 40 range into the 0 to 20 range, all the rationalizations start changing. Instead of coming up with reasons to stay in the relationship, they tend to come up with reasons to explain why they should now leave the relationship. So 20 to 40, well, breaking up the family is incredibly bad for children. 0 to 20, kids can actually do okay in divorce, and it's probably better for them if we split up, because right now there's all this fighting and it's an unhappy place to be, and the kids would be better off if we lived in separate houses. That's why you get that sort of flipping of the script. When they're in that 20 to 40 range, they were talking positively. They were talking themselves down. They were rationalizing reasons to stay in the relationship. And then they fall into that 0 to 20 range and suddenly it switches. And now they start coming out with how they were kind of feeling. And they might have been feeling negative about the relationship for a long time. They might have fallen below that 50% mark 7-8 years ago. they might have been hovering in the 20 to 40 range for 5 or 6 years. So you've been used to this positive script of reasons to stay in the relationship. Hey, it's not that bad. And now when they fall into the 0 to 20 range, they come out and say, well, it's actually been really bad for the last 5 or 6 years. And in fact, I hadn't really been happy since shortly after the wedding. In fact, I had second thoughts and doubts when we were getting married. And that's why the script changes. That's why it suddenly just feels like everything they've said has been a lie, and now it's all turned on a dime. So what I want you to take away from this is not so much that they have been lying. Rationalizing things and coming up with reasons to do things is a completely sort of normal human experience. Everyone does this all the time. We rationalize why we do things all the time. It's not some sort of bizarre situation. I want you to look a little deeper as the true problem. The true problem has been the fact that they've just not wanted to be in the relationship. They've been, unhappy for a long time. And I don't necessarily know why that was, because everyone's situation is a little different. The solution to this problem is to find ways to actually create attraction, have them actually want to be in the relationship, and find it appealing again, so that you can raise their overall interest in the relationship, raise the relationship momentum, and first immediately getting them over that 20% mark, because once it's below 20%, that's when they really start, talking to divorce lawyers. That's when they really start to think about cheating or just leaving or blowing things up or whatever it's going to be. The first goal is get them above 20%, so at least it sort of stabilizes, and then getting to slowly build on things in a positive way to get them from 20 to 30 to 40 and 50 and on. Don't get caught up so much in the rationalizations and what they are saying and why they switched. You really do have to take that switch, though, as a really big warning sign that now you really have to start paying attention to your relationship. Because it's a really bad sign that it's about to get significantly worse. And if you've been kind of relaxing and not taking it too seriously when they've been in that 20 to 40 range, and I can understand why that happens, because they were probably coming out with positive things, but they weren't really all that happy. When it drops into that 0 to 20, you have a really short time limit to get things turned around. So I know that's all a little bit scary if you've just realized your partner has been in that 0 to 20 range or 20 to 40 range. As we go on, I will talk more and more about how to create that sense of attraction, how to create the desire to be in the relationship. We aren't even into exactly what the links in the chain of seduction are yet. Don't freak out just yet. At this point, we're still building some of the groundwork. I think tomorrow I'm going to talk about the 3 love systems, which is the engine that really powers the whole chain of seduction. And I will talk to you tomorrow.